Have you ever wondered how they get that creamy, delicious flavor in a pasanda at a curry house? This one is from my book, The Curry Guy Bible, and I'm going to show you how it's done. So when people think of a creamy pasanda, they're thinking, God, there must be a lot of cream in it. But there really isn't. Making the perfect pasanda is all about layers of flavor, just like every curry house curry. It's the layers of flavor that build it and make it creamy. It's the base sauce, just the creamy base sauce. It's all these other ingredients, which I'm going to go through right now, that all come together to make it just delicious and amazing. What I've got here is some ground almonds. I got some coconut milk powder, a little bit of sugar, because pasandas are sweet. They're not usually as sweet as a korma. They still have some sweetness to them. Then we got some raisins, garlic and ginger paste. Earlier I toasted these almonds. Now you could add them raw, but I just got some almond flakes which I toasted, which is just going to give it another layer of flavor. Very nice. Then I got some block coconut. You could just use a little bit of coconut milk, thick coconut milk if you need to, if you don't have this. My freshly made Garam Masala. This is going to be the thing that makes it really amazing. And wine. Now I learned how to make this recipe when I was writing my first book. That's the red one there, The Curry Guy. It was my first book, and I was going around to curry houses and Brick Lane and all over the country really, but one place was called Eastern Eye, and I just loved that place. And I said, hey guys, will you show me how to make a couple of your curries? And the pasanda was one of them that they showed me. This is their recipe. And believe it or not, there's wine in it. You don't have to put the wine in, but it really does add to the flavor, and it really is amazing. I'm gonna put this pan on a quite high heat and add a little bit of oil, so about 2 tablespoons of oil. And we're just gonna build this pasanda from the bottom up, different layers of flavor until we have the most perfect curry. I'm not even a pasanda fan usually, but this one is good. All right, I'm just gonna spread this garlic and ginger paste out in the oil. And to that, I'm gonna add some ground almonds, so about a tablespoon of ground almonds. Maybe a little bit more, why not? Got some coconut milk powder, about a tablespoon and a half of that. And we'll add some sugar, about a tablespoon of sugar. And we're just going to stir that all in like that. It might clump up a little bit, don't worry, because you can get the clumps out. What we're doing here is we're just kind of flavoring that oil with the nuts and the coconut. Add these raisins, about 10 raisins. You can add as many as you like. If you don't like them, leave them out. Now I got this heated base sauce. This is my 20-minute base sauce, by the way. I've got a 20-minute base sauce, which works perfectly in curry house curries. Tastes amazing. I'm gonna put quite a bit in here because we're gonna need to cook the chicken. Now, usually what I would do in a curry house, or what most curry houses do, is they add a little bit of tandoori chicken or whatever happens to be the customer request. I like to add raw chicken to my pasandas, because pasandas historically are made with flat meat, flat mutton or lamb actually, but with this chicken, chicken's much more popular here in the UK. And what I want to do here is I'm going to serve this with flattened chicken, so it's going to be cut at an angle, just at a diagonal, which will help it cook quickly. Just like that. It's easier to do it if your chicken's just a little bit frozen. Mine isn't, but it's fine. You just cut it like that. Just gonna go ahead and add this to the sauce. And I'll do the same with this. So I got 2 small breasts. And this chicken will just cook in the sauce. It's not going to take very long because I'm cutting it quite thinly. And There we are. You'll get a lot more chicken when you cook it at home than you get at most restaurants. There we are. I got a little bit more of this base sauce just to help it cook. Just move that all around in there. Okay, so we're building this in layers, like I say. So we got the nuts, we got the raisins, which offer some sweetness. We got sugar, we got coconut milk flour. Now I'm gonna add this block coconut, which you're just gonna slowly melt into this sauce. Add a little bit more. The rule with base sauce is, if it's looking dry, add a little more. If it's too saucy, if it's too full, just let it cook down. And pasanda, because of the ingredients that are in it, tend to really caramelize around the pan, the side of the pan, very quickly. And you'll see this, I just turned the heat up a little bit more. You're gonna see this, how it just really caramelizes. And that's all flavor, that's flavor. So you wanna get that scraped right back in. But you'll see it, maybe it's because of the sugar, or I'm not sure why it happens. All curry house style curries will caramelize around the edges, but pasandas seem to do it a lot more. Look at that. This, I used oil in this, by the way. If you want a real buttery flavor, you can add ghee instead. But this is a really rich curry even without the ghee. And so I usually just use the oil. Okay, we're letting that just sit there and simmer a bit. And then I'm gonna add this wine. So I'm gonna add about, just under, probably about 60 milliliters, just under a quarter of a cup. And this is a curry to serve 1 to 2 people, depending on how hungry you are. I'm just gonna stir this in there like that. There we are. And this really is the secret ingredient. And when they told me that that's what they do with their pasandas, and I'd never seen that before, I decided to give it a try, and I loved it. So I decided it had to be in my recipe too. Okay, so as you can see, it's already looking nice and creamy. Now we're gonna add some cream, but you don't wanna add as much as you might think you wanna add. I mean, cream is good. If you added too much cream, you just went crazy and just poured all this in, it's not gonna be bad. It's gonna be really rich. But what it'll do is it'll be so rich with cream that you're gonna lose the flavors that you've worked so hard to build. And so you just don't wanna do that. You wanna just add a little bit of cream, taste it, cook it some more, maybe try it some more, and decide if you need any more. So I'm just gonna trickle about a quarter of a cup of cream in that. We're just gonna stir that around in there. Now you might have noticed that I didn't add any spices to this, and pasandas you don't add spices. All right, so we're gonna finish this up now. Look how creamy that's looking now. I only added a quarter of a cup, so in order to get this really nice and the way you'd expect a pasanda to be, you don't need a lot of cream, because you don't want that overpowering the dish. You wanna get all those layers and have them all go so well together and taste amazing. Now, I'm gonna season this with just a bit of salt. It's so important to do that. Season it to taste. Just like this, scraping the sides. I'm just gonna give it a little try here. Perfectly salted. A little bit more of this. Oh, that's good. But you might have noticed that no spices went into this. There wasn't any chili powder or coriander or anything like that. I got some freshly made Garam Masala. And this stuff, I just made it about an hour ago. And we're just gonna sprinkle that over the top, just like that. These are all warming spices. It's not spicy spice, it's warming spice, like cinnamon and cumin and coriander and cloves. Stir that in there like that. I'm gonna give this a try again. That is spectacular. I've never even liked pasandas, but that is really, really good. The homemade garam masala, I really recommend. Don't just get the bottled stuff. Make your own. I've got a recipe for it here on the channel. But it's just wafting up at you. The spices are just incredibly fragrant, and when they hit that pan, the steam hits you in the face. It is so nice. I'm gonna finish this up now. These toasted slithered almonds. I'm gonna have to give this another try. This is the perfect curry for kids and those that don't like spices, and also people like me that have not had something like this in a very long time. I normally like spicy curries, but that is good. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you enjoy the channel. Please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button, and we will see you next time. This is the creamiest, most delicious, right from one of my favorite restaurants in Brick Lane, Eastern Eye. Give this a try. You are gonna love it.